SSI, and a massive raise to your monthly benefit with the SSI Restoration Act. But did it pass for supplemental security income? That's a great question and the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, now first off, just to clarify, everything that I'm talking about here in this video directly pertains to SSI, supplemental security income, and the roughly 8 million people that receive benefits from this program every single month. I like to clarify that in videos like this just because there's a lot of people out there here on this channel that receive all kinds of benefits administered by Social Security, and I just want to make sure that there's no confusion about it. Now, if you're a Social Security retirement or SSDI or survivors or spousal beneficiary, don't worry, I've got a lot of videos here on the channel for you and a lot more to come, so just stay tuned here. I'm looking out for everybody as much as I possibly can, but I do want to answer this because, believe it or not, down below in the comment section, and as I do host live streams, I see a lot of questions coming in from SSI beneficiaries, and rightfully so. A lot of people that receive SSI continue to ask the same question: when are they finally going to do something for us? When are they going to raise our benefits? When are they going to change the program? When are they going to remove the marriage penalty? That's a really bad one as well. And again, I see these questions all the time. So again, SSI, this video is dedicated to you. All right, now first off, let's talk about the SSI Restoration Act. And again, the focus of the video here, because this is a piece of legislation that's been around for a while now. And in my honest opinion, probably one of the best pieces of legislation that is out there directly pertaining to any fixed income benefit. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of pieces of legislation out there focused on reforming Social Security, raising benefits, making sure the program doesn't become insolvent. The list goes on and on. There's tons of them. I talked about many of them here on the channel in separate videos. However, this one, in my opinion, is like the best, okay? There's a lot of things about this that are really, really good. It changes the SSI program in a massive way. This program has been around for over 50 years. It was actually formed back in 1972. So what is this? 53 years? Yeah, 53 years now. This program has been around, and it's basically in its original state. They've done virtually nothing to this program. Remember this much as well. SSI originally started as an anti-poverty program. That was literally the purpose of SSI when it started in the early 70s, is basically starting this program so that people age 65 or older, or those people under the age of 65 with disabilities, basically had an income floor. They didn't need to rely on friends and family for financial stability. That was literally the purpose of the program, is to help these individuals out and make sure that they have an income so they can be somewhat and mostly self-sufficient. Well, unfortunately, the program has fallen behind so much over the last, call it 53 years, that these individuals, again, are in a really, really tough space right now because these benefits continue to fall significantly below the federal poverty line. Remember, every year, the federal poverty line continues to go up. It increases. It moves higher every year. Well, at the same time, SSI benefits, which started out, again, as an anti-poverty program, sorry, if it's going to be an anti-poverty program, that simply means it must keep up with pace of the federal poverty line. Unfortunately, this program does not do that at all. And these benefits are below the federal poverty line massively. Well over $300 a month is how much these benefits have fallen behind over the last 53 or so years, give or take a little bit, right? So anyway, big story or big question comes in here. Okay, well, what about the SSI Restoration Act? Because that's exactly what the SSI Restoration Act does. One of the provisions within it, which by the way, there's a bunch of them here that are actually really good within this legislation that I really like. One of them is exactly that, raising benefits up to the federal poverty line. That is like the key provision within the SSI Restoration Act, is raising benefits up to the federal poverty line, which, by the way, right now in 2025, that'd be an increase of over $300 a month to your monthly benefit. Massive. That's really, really good, right? So not only would it raise benefits up to the federal poverty line for SSI beneficiaries, it would also remove the marriage penalty. Again, that's a super bad one that's been around for a very long time as well, and reducing benefits for those individuals who are married. I don't know. Seems super weird to me. I mean, let's just be real for a second. Is marriage not hard enough sometimes? I mean, let's just be honest for a second. I mean, it can be tough sometimes. Let's just be real with ourselves, right? And do we really need to be punished because of that on top of it? I mean, I don't think so. That's ridiculous, right? But that is the situation of what goes on with SSI, okay? Anyway, marriage penalty, it's got to get out of there. They need to get that thing out of there. It is so out of date. They need to get rid of that. But that's still within the SSI Restoration Act, is to remove the marriage penalty. Also, they want to increase the cash or cash equivalents that individuals can have. Because remember, even in 2025, right now, The cash and cash equivalents for a single person is still $2,000. That's it. That number has not been increased like forever. My point of that is that every single year, the cost of living continues to go up. How much it costs to maintain your lifestyle continues to go up, obviously cost of living. And as a result of that, they continue to hold this threshold at $2,000. Okay, fine. Maybe 20 years ago, $2,000 was fine. But today, $2,000? Are you kidding me? To live on that and to have that set aside in the case of a rainy day or an emergency fund or something like that, that's nuts. That's not going to get anybody anywhere, right? I mean, $2,000 does not go very far at all anymore these days. I mean, you could spend that easily fixing up a furnace, a broken down car, I mean, a healthcare expense. I mean, that's going to kiss that sucker goodbye real fast if something were to be, a healthcare expense. That $2,000 would be gone so fast. But anyway, that's what it is for an individual, and it still remains $3,000 as a married couple. Again, not much for two people. If something catastrophic were to happen, it'd be gone super fast, right? Anyway, long story short, and again, I get this question all the time. Take your pick. It could be on videos. It could be in a live stream. It could be virtually anywhere. I get questions from SSI beneficiaries all the time about these provisions, right? And again, all of which contained within the SSI Restoration Act, a really nice piece of legislation. But the big question being, okay, I'm going to wrap this into one big question, again, because I see it all the time. It's asked in a variety of ways. Did they remove the marriage penalty yet? Is the marriage penalty gone yet? Can I save more money? Can I have more money than $2,000 or $3,000? Did they raise SSI benefits up to the federal poverty line? Or when am I going to get a big raise to my benefits? Something like that. The big question is all of those things combined. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it into one big answer here. The big answer is, unfortunately, at this time, they have not passed the SSI Restoration Act or any of these pieces of legislation or any of these little provisions in their own standalone bills, unfortunately. All of this needs to be changed. I mean, SSI needs a massive overhaul. I know it's kind of scary to think about changes and like, oh, don't touch the program. We're good. Just leave it alone, please. Don't tinker around with it. But I say this much. Okay, yes, change is scary sometimes, but can it really get much worse? I mean, here's the thing. If you're an SSI beneficiary, you know what I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong. The $967 a month is great. The $1,450 a month for a couple is great, but it could be a lot better than that. It could be way better. Can it really get much worse than that? Let's just be real. Obviously, the answer is yes, it can get worse than that, but this program has fallen so far behind, and it is neglecting the beneficiaries that receive these and rely on this money. They've got to do a massive overhaul. That's my opinion about this. And the SSI Restoration Act, honestly, does like virtually everything we need it to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot more things we could do to SSI to shore up the program, to make sure that it's good for many more years to come into the future. But this is one of the things that I could say this. If they were just to pass this one piece of legislation alone would not cost that much money. A few $1 billion more per year. Who cares? They waste billions of dollars on dumb programs all the time. They could easily give a few $1 billion to people that really need it, seniors, people with disabilities living below the federal poverty line. That'd be a good use of money. Trust me, they blow money, billions and billions of dollars every single year on ridiculous things that have like no consequence, right? Whereas here with this, they could spend a few $1 billion, help out the people that actually need it, seniors, people with disabilities, living on SSI below the federal poverty line, and would actually have a pretty, a really good outcome and really good effect if they were to do such a thing. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. Will something like this come out? Will they pass something like this sometime soon? The answer is, I don't know, okay? I've had people ask me, what do you think? When do you think they're going to pass this? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really know. I have no clue. It could be any day. I mean, it could be next week. Well, okay, I'm going to be fair with you. I don't think it's going to be next week. It could be in a month. It could be in 6 months. It could be in 6 years. I have no clue. I wish I had a better idea of when they may do something like this. I truthfully don't know. That's kind of the problem and why we need to continue watching legislation like this and any other pieces that are popping up, any standalone bills, anything like this. We've got to watch all of it very closely, which is why I'm watching the headlines, why I'm watching what they're doing, what they're talking about, what they're passing, what they're not passing, and everything else that's being introduced. We've got to watch all of it very, very closely. So I just want to bring your attention to this. And again, I hope this answers the questions for all of you that have been reaching out asking this. And again, this is kind of bundles in a lot of the questions and answers right here on this one video because I get these questions all the time. So anyway, if you're an SSI beneficiary, please don't lose hope on this. At some point, they'll do something. When? I'm not really sure, but either way, I will keep you posted. And this year, it's honestly shaping up to not be the best year in the whole world. So I'm just gonna say this much: we could be seeing some pretty cool stuff happen this year. I don't know yet; it's still way too early to know. We've got a lot of 2025 to go, but I can tell you this much: based on where we're at economically, things going on, wouldn't be shocked whatsoever to see some massive money drops here going forward. Just watch what happens, okay? If I can ask a huge favor of you, please subscribe down below so you can stay tuned with everything going on. I'll be here for you to help out in any way that I possibly can. Again, big subscribe button right down below the video. It is totally free to do so. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you. Just want to do what I can for you. And again, thanks for being part of this community. Also, can I ask another huge favor of you? Please share this video. If you know anybody that's a fixed income beneficiary, feel free to share this video or any others here on the channel with your friends on social media. There's a share button right down below as well. Thank you. Really appreciate it. It's totally free to do so, as always. Otherwise, feel free to like the video. Thumbs up button down below. Feel free to check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos there. Thanks again. Just enjoy. Have a nice day out there. Thank you so much for being part of the community. And I'll catch you later.